Support for this podcast comes from the Florida Atlantic University College of Business, home to over 8,000 students, 7 departments, 6 centers, and an impressive offering of interdisciplinary and professional development programs taught by the college's world-class faculty. Learn more at business.fau.edu.
Hello, I'm Ryan Swano, and this is what's happening at FAU Business. In the spirit of the new FAU Cares campaign, our podcast today features FAU senior Alyssa Rocha. A health science major and health administration minor, Alyssa, along with neighbors and community volunteers, is helping to create and donate filtered masks for local first responders as part of a new grassroots organization called Masks for Superheroes. If you're interested in helping out, or if you just like to learn more about this organization, you can find them on Facebook and Instagram by searching Masks for Superheroes. Thanks for listening and enjoy the episode. Alyssa, thanks for joining the podcast.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Tell us what you've been doing to help out during the past few weeks, helping out your community with regards to the coronavirus pandemic.
Yeah, so a couple weeks ago, I was basically on Facebook, and I have a Facebook page for my community that I live in. And I came across this post that my neighbor had actually posted. And she was saying that she is making these masks out of fabric, and she was asking for some help in order to make them. And I was like, wow, that's like a really good idea. Like, why didn't we think of that sooner? So I messaged her. I said, hey, if you need any help with anything, I'd love to help. We all have a lot of time on our hands nowadays, being at home for the most part. So that's really how it started. I started going to her door. She would leave fabric and materials outside of her door for me. I would walk over, pick them up, bring them to my house. We would cut the fabrics for her, assemble the pieces together, and then we would bring them back over to her house and she would sew them. And, we took really good sanitary measures, made sure everyone was clean, washing hands, using gloves, sanitizing everything after they were done, washing the fabric. And it's great. It really grew into like a huge organization at this point. We have so many members in our community that are helping out, that are donating materials. And we're just every day, we're cycling through it. We're getting fabric, we're cutting. We have kind of a group of people who are sewing, a group of people that are cutting material, a group of people that are assembling material. So everyone has a job, and it's been great. We've been able to make a lot of masks, and we're basically just donating to as many areas in our community as we can. We're starting with first responders, any medical facility, our police officers or firefighters, people who are working in the grocery stores. So we're trying to expand to as many people as possible.
That's amazing. And how many masks would you guys say that you're making daily or weekly? Do you have any idea how many you guys are actually producing?
Yeah, so I think this weekend we made about 700. Wow. And we did donate them to, I think, Holy Cross Hospital. So we're kind of taking orders now. We're getting a lot of responses from facilities in need of the masks. So we're kind of taking orders and working every week to try and get at least several hundred out to those facilities. And it's really great. We're really expanding. We're hoping that once we kind of reach Broward County, we can expand. We have a lot of requests from Miami-Dade. So it's really cool.
That's amazing. So you said people have been reaching out actually to you guys to try and have masks made for their businesses or facilities. What are some of do you have any examples that you would want to share of places that have reached out?
Yeah, so we have the hospitals around here, Broward hospitals. I think we already donated to a couple of the Broward health hospitals around here, Holy Cross. We gave them to our Broward police officers. So we're just anyone in our community that we know are working on the front lines that still are essential and have to work during this time. We're just getting them out to them. And if not, we're reaching out to them or they're reaching out to us. Doesn't matter. We're just doing everything we can. It's really helpful to have a lot of people involved because, the word spreads faster that way. So, they tell a friend who tells a friend who tells a friend about what we're doing. And then they're able to bring people in and know about us. And we've also been able to get a lot of donated materials that way, which is amazing. We have a lot of people a lot of the volunteers doing this are paying and purchasing fabrics and all the materials to make the masks. We're also getting some outside businesses or people in the community who want to help out as well, donating materials or things like that. So it's really cool.
Oh, sounds amazing. And did you say are you making regular and filtered masks or a combination?
Yeah, so basically what the masks are is we're using the materials that are recommended that are the best to filter out as much as possible. So that includes using like 100% cotton that has like a high thread count is the best. And then we're also using polypropylene. I think I'm saying that correctly. It's like a filter material that is actually the part of the material used in like the N95 masks or the ones that hospitals usually use. So we're doing several layers of the cotton and that filter inside so that it can still be breathable, but as well be really protective as possible. And the great thing about them is that they can be washed regularly and reused. One of the biggest problems that I've heard from healthcare providers and just everyone in general is that, especially in hospitals, the healthcare providers, they wear those masks one a day because there's not enough to go around. So they're wearing those N95 masks or whatever they have all day long, which is not the right protocol usually. In a normal time, they would be using those to see a patient and immediately throwing them out and using a new one to see every patient. But it's really hard to get masks right now. So in us doing this, we're basically giving them that extra protection that they could wear throughout the day, and they can rewash and reuse them and still have them the next day to use when they go back into work. So kind of just like filling that gap where there's not enough masks to go around for them.
That's an amazing story. So you mentioned before we started that you're graduating in May. What kind of plans do you have after graduating? Where do you kind of hope that your career takes you?
Yeah, so after I graduate, I still have a couple courses that I need to take, but hopefully I really am interested in becoming a physician assistant. So I'm starting to formulate my, all of my stuff together so that I can apply and hopefully get in. I'm going to apply to a lot of different schools, but that's really my goal. I really want to be a physician assistant. I've worked with a couple already, and it really seems to be like the place that I think I'll fit the best career for me. So fingers crossed.
Very good. And was there a reason that you chose, I know you're a health science major. Why did you end up doing the minor in health administration as well?
So the health administration minor actually came kind of like recently. I didn't realize how many credits I had. And then I was like talking to my advisor, and she was like, hey, you only need a couple more classes. And I was like, wow, I didn't realize I had so many credits. Like, that's amazing. And a lot of the health science classes are also like health administration classes. So it was just made sense to just do a couple more and get that minor. And the health administration classes also were really interesting to me. You learn a lot about our healthcare field and all the things going on, and a lot of like news. You just get really good updates and a lot of new information. The healthcare field is always changing. So yeah, it just made sense to go along with the health science major.
Great. Well, Alyssa, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. I just want to quickly shout out all the volunteers that are helping us, because it's not just me. We have all the volunteers that are helping us make the masks, who are sewing, who are donating materials, who are delivering the masks. So they also deserve a huge round of applause. And thank you to my neighbor who started this and who got everyone involved. She's amazing.
And if people want to find out more, or if they want to get involved, like where do they find you on Facebook? Yes. I think you said.
Yeah, so we do have a Facebook page. It's called Masks for Superheroes. And you can just type that in on Facebook and you'll find us really easily. We also have an Instagram now under the same name. So if you want to keep updated, if you want to help out and donate materials to us, all the information is on there. You can see it's all public. You can see what we post. So go ahead and follow. It'd be really great to get more people on there.
Thanks again, Alyssa.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
What's Happening at FAU Business is part of the FAU College of Business podcast network. Learn more at business.fau.edu/podcasts.